that provides essential services. It supports our frontline workers. It supports our health and wellness team. It really is just, it's that backing that we need to be able to run emergency services and much needed services.
This episode of Bring Back the Porch brought to you by Bernie Leahy, River Street Realty. Let's get you home. February the 28th, the last day in the shortest month of the year. It's also the coldest night of the year. And from the Mustard Seed to talk about the coldest night of the year is Danny Bolduc. Welcome to the porch.
Thank you for having me on.
Now, how did the Mustard Seed get involved in this?
Well, we're one of many organizations that actually partner with Coldest Night of the Year all across Canada. We are fortunate to run Coldest Night in about 6 of our cities in Western Canada. And Coldest Night usually picks organizations that are helping any people experiencing hurt, hunger, and homelessness. And so we just are one of those that got chosen in Medicine Hat, and we're happy to do so.
So how is it going so far? I know we're a couple of days out.
We're 5 days away from the coldest night of the year. It's not supposed to be too cold, about -10. Maybe -17, but 2 days ago it said -2. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, Alberta, what is it going to be today? Yeah. So we'll see how we go. But honestly, it's been really, really encouraging to see the community slowly the numbers start ticking up. And we've got 52 walkers so far, and we've got almost about 40 volunteers. Some of them haven't registered yet, but that's it is encouraging to see people come together in a year of kind of uncertainty and things like that people still care about their neighbor.
I see on the scoreboard here the top 10 so far in Medicine Hat. The Mustard Seed Dream Team with the captain Danny Bolduc is in first place.
Yes, that is us. Yeah. So it is the general team that anyone can donate to, which is nice. So if people don't know who to donate to, or maybe someone can't walk, maybe they have an injury, or they're just, hey, 2 kilometers or 5 kilometers is a little too far for me. They can donate, but if they don't know anyone in any of the other teams, then they can just donate to the Dream Team. The Mustard Seed.
And then you get the bragging rights.
Yes, we don't mind, because it all stays here locally. So
that was my next question, is what happens to the funding that's raised here?
So all of the funding that is raised in Medicine Hat stays here. That provides essential services. It supports our frontline workers. It supports our health and wellness team. It really is just, it's that backing that we need to be able to run emergency services and much needed services.
32% as of this moment of the goal has been raised. You still have quite a ways to go yet. Your goal, I think, is? Our
goal is $20,000. And, I'm just so excited if people come and walk, because I know it's a fundraising event and it's super fun, and it is different than a lot of other fundraising events because you can tangibly do something, right? Some fundraisers, you kind of sit back or you donate and things like that. But this one, you can get kids involved, you can get families involved, and you can just join and walk, which is so nice. But yeah, it's $20,000, and I believe we're still kicking, we're still going. But I'm more excited to see of all the people that come out and support.
When you mentioned the kids, I was thinking that's a great way to help instill the spirit of philanthropy in those children.
Yeah.
Of giving.
Yeah, of giving and of volunteering, of doing something that's a little bit different, because, we know that NIMBY's been a huge thing, but people still want to help from their backyard. They still want to do stuff from their backyard. And so you might not be able to do everything. I know the Mustard Seed typically doesn't have a lot of volunteering or activities for kids to get involved in necessarily, but this is an amazing way where they feel like they can tangibly help and be part of something bigger, because you don't have to do everything. You just have to do a little something, right?
Every journey starts with a single step.
Yeah.
Yeah. First steps will be taken from the Higdon Hall on Saturday afternoon.
That is correct, from the Wild Rose Room at 5 o'clock. So at 4:45, we do a little commencement speech. Registration opens at 4, and then at 5 o'clock will be the kickoff for the walk.
And where are we walking?
Well, from Higdon Hall, actually the 2-kilometer walk is right on site, right on like the main Stampede grounds, which is awesome. And then the 5-kilometer walk will actually go to Dunmore, and we'll walk down that
Dunmore Road.
Dunmore Road.
Not the
yes.
town.
Oh no, sorry. We're not walking to Dunmore.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
But no, we're going to be walking down Dunmore Road, down those all of those shopping complexes and things like that. And then we have our rest stop at the 2.5 kilometer mark, which is nice, at McBride's Bakery, where they'll get some Starbucks coffee and cookies and hot chocolate and just a little warming break depending on how cold it is.
Okay, now how do people get involved? How do they make sure that they're there or is at least contributing?
Well, it's just a couple more days to register, and they can register at cnoy.org. I'm sure you guys will post the link for us, which would be very kind. And you can register a team, so you can have a fun team name and get some people gathered together, or you can get pledges, or say you're busy on Saturday and you still want to participate. You can walk ahead of time. You can walk at the gym. You can walk around your local block. You can do so many different things. And I know for schools in other cities right now, schools are actually walking on their grounds.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool of like this whole school wants to participate in it and do something and be like, hey, let's stand with our neighbors out in the cold. Let's put ourselves in their shoes. Well, they can do that right from the safety of the school. So that's pretty fun.
You are wearing some merchandise.
I am. I got all the swag today.
You have a nice hoodie that says Coldest Night of the Year. There's also stuff on the back.
There's some cool stuff on the back. Mm-hmm. And then I am wearing this year's toque. So this toque people will get if children under the age of 18 raise $75, and if adults raise over $150, they will get this lovely little toque.
While supplies last.
Well, we'll see how many people show up, how many we got left.
Yeah, okay.
So, but no, the sweater is just for event directors.
A limited edition.
Yes, yes. I know that some of the staff members, they've been a little jelly over there.
A little green. Yeah. But the toque itself is a badge of honor.
It is. And it's, honestly, I love what CNOY stands for, with the Coldest Night of the Year, because it's when you go through an experience, to me it's a lot different than just giving $5 or something. Like you're tangibly putting yourself in the place of someone else, in the place of your neighbor that maybe doesn't have a home or doesn't have the means. Maybe they don't have a bed to go to at the end of the day. And so it is a badge of honor to get to walk with them and support them in some way.
You have also mentioned so far one of the sponsors in McBride's Bakery, and I know that there are several others. I'm just going to leaf down to my notes here because it's important that we remember them as well.
Yeah.
And they seem to have gone into hiding. Oh, there they are at the bottom of that page. I see we have the Home Depot.
Yes.
Hill and Hill, Barristers and Solicitors.
Yes.
Starbucks.
Law office there and Starbucks.
And McBride. So, yeah, and we are appreciative of their efforts to help in the coldest night of the year, too.
Yes. Honestly, it takes a village, right? We all know that. It takes a village to help someone on their recovery journey, and it takes a whole city to come together and support them, because I know it'll be at 1 year to the date when we walk for our neighbors that we unfortunately had our site closed publicly at Allowance Ave. And how amazing it is to 1 year later be able to walk and support them.
Yeah. And you are still able to use the kitchen there to do some meal preparation.
Yeah, so at the Allowance Ave location, we are still technically open. We are under a ghost kitchen permit, and that basically looks like our teams are coming in there. We're providing all of the food for the shelter at the moment, and then for our outreach opportunities and things like that all over the city.
Yeah, I think it's important for people to understand that when that center closed, the Mustard Seed didn't leave Medicine Hat.
No, we are still very active. Our social workers, our troopers out there that are helping people still receive ID. I know that we've had some amazing community partnerships with being able to use different different organizations in this city that have allowed us to use their buildings to work out of. So even, for example, I know the public library, they've been so generous in allowing us to run our mail program out of there. So those are, we have around 300 people that are accessing us for mail at the moment. And so still being able to see them and getting like their taxes done, and foot care clinics and clothing and food and all of this stuff. So yes, we are still moving and grooving.
And we still have many people in Medicine Hat who have a heart for those people who are, as you said, the 3 H's.
Hurt, hungry, and homeless.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Again, if people want to sign up or to donate, how do they do that, Danny?
So you can go to cnoi.org, and then if you look up the City of Medicine Hat, you will find us. We are the city. We are here, and we are local. And like I said, everything stays here. And they can just sign on, whether it's through volunteering or getting a team or just donating. They're welcome to help.
And by walking on that night, you might just get a little taste of what life is like for those people who are unhoused.
Yeah.
Danny, thank you for the visit.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you very much.